Athletes, Coach Blu here. Man, I wanted to share with you an experience I had over the weekend that I was not prepared for, but really did help me overcome some fear that I didn't know I had, and I didn't realize how devastating it was to allow it to flourish. So this weekend, unbeknownst to Coach Blu, I was to go down and video the Uinta Basin chapter of Addict II Athlete's annual skydiving activity. Not knowing what I would be getting myself into, drove down there, got all my equipment out. Coach James Johnson says, "Hey coach, my guy who I was gonna jump with can't make it, so will you jump with me?" "No, James, I don't think I'm gonna jump with you." "Come on, I wanna jump, I need a partner, will you do it?" "No, I don't think I can do that." Fear kicking in, right? Rob Rich, one of our athletes, comes down. "Come on, coach, you can do this. What are you really afraid of?" And then it hit me. What am I really afraid of? Rob's question, "Coach, what are you really afraid of?" really got me thinking about, what am I really afraid of? Heights, great thing to be afraid of. But what about what I always preach about, faith versus fear? See, the thing that I never want to lose is my ability to take my own advice. I think sometimes in the world of addiction therapy, addiction counseling, support meetings, we get people up on soapboxes that can preach and talk some pretty cool stuff, but do they themselves believe it? Do they themselves trust enough in what they're saying that they'll apply it to their own lives? I say that there's a lot that don't. I think it's easier to tell somebody what to do than it is to do it yourself. It's one reason Addict II Athlete's been able to be so successful is for a majority of our experiences, I've been able to compete and run and recreate with the team. But as our chapters expand, as more coaches come online, I'm noticing that they have a lot of different interests. Who knows, we could have Addict II Athlete chapters out there that want to go whitewater rafting or mountain climbing. What am I really afraid of? And when Rob asked me that question, I had to put my faith back into play to remove the fear. And so I said, yes, I'll do it. Now granted, a year ago, I said no, I held my line pretty tight. This year something was different, and it was that practice what you preach mentality. How can I ask anyone to do anything I'm not willing to do? That being said, the experience was amazing. It was terrifying, it was thrilling, it was amazing. 18,000 feet's a long way to drop, and I'll tell you, when that door popped open and the reality of what was really happening flooded in, it was that point of no return. I say this all the time, it takes 5 seconds of courage to overcome anything and to do anything, and that's all it took for me to wiggle out and onto the small little metal platform and lean forward and then have an amazing experience. When I landed safely on the ground, I took a deep breath and thought, what was I truly afraid of? Death? Yeah. Injury? Yeah. But what was I truly afraid of? It was a ghost. I couldn't even identify or pinpoint what the real fear was. Now, I'm not saying you should jump out of airplanes unless you want to overcome fear. I'm just saying that metaphor of replacing fear with faith to move from victim of addiction to agent of sobriety can be as simple as that. I'm thankful that I stepped up to the plate that day. I don't think I would have done it if Rob wouldn't have asked me that very poignant question, what are you really afraid of? It was a hard pill to swallow, but it was an amazing experience to be had. Don't just preach, practice. Practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanent. I know now the significance of allowing the coach, the healer, to be the healed, to be the coached. It's kind of an interesting paradigm. And you know what, athletes? The funniest thing that I realized later on that evening after having had the experience is that was the second time I had been challenged to face a fear or a doubt by an athlete that I'd overcome. The first being my very first ultramarathon experience with the Pony Express 50, where an athlete approached me, and after some negotiations because I didn't attend a race that he was doing, I said, you pick the next one, thinking he would pick a 5K or a 10K. He chose a 50 miler, and I was scared. I ended up participating in that, not only finishing, but having some amazing PRs for my half marathon and full marathon before accomplishing the 50 miler. And now this. I think I've held myself back a lot, as have most of you, because we allow fear and doubt to take over, when really, all we need is a healthy dose of faith. Boiled down, faith and fear are the exact same thing with very different outcomes. So why not default to faith? Faith in your abilities, faith in the people around you. If you can't do that, that means it's time for a change. It's time to surround yourself with a team of people that want to support you and help you get to your destinations, not hold you back. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Make that 5 people producers and creators. and people that you can use as inspiration. That's what I did this weekend. I can check off something I never thought I was going to do, but I can also look myself in the mirror and be proud of my accomplishments of overcoming things I never thought possible. Then turn that mess into a message. See you next time.
Man, made it. I didn't think I could do it. Can be done. Overcoming all that stuff. You did awesome. Yeah, brother. Welcome to skydiving. Thank you so much. Thanks for jumping with us here at Skydiving Los Angeles. We'll see you next time.